At number 5, this is the top 5, guys. This is when it gets serious. We're starting to cook with grease now. At number 5, I have Andrew Bogut, 7 feet, 250-pound center from the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, a lot of people may wonder why I have him so high or so low. I actually had him higher last year, but he had a nasty arm injury a little ways back. You guys remember when Amari, ran into him? It was an accident. It was a freak thing. And his arm just went every which way and it messed up his elbow, his forearm, his wrist, everything. It was a nasty, nasty injury. And I still believe he's not back 100%. But this guy is a true center. He was a #1 draft pick, I believe, in 2005. This is a franchise center here. You're talking about a guy that does it all. Great offensive player, pretty good defender. Not a great individual defender, but he's a great help side shot blocker. He's a pretty good athlete, not a great athlete, but for his size, he gets up and down the floor really, really well. He plays with his back to the basket most of the time. He'll back you down. He's got a decent mid-range game, face-up game. Real big, strong, and long. Has great hands. He's an excellent passer out of the double teams. He demands a double team. There's not a lot of centers that can guard this guy one-on-one. And his help side defense, like I said before, is outstanding. This guy will block your shot, and you don't even know where he came from. He plays with a lot of energy. I really like Andrew Bogut, and this is a true definition of a center in the NBA because there's not a lot of true centers in our league today. But this guy right here, this is why I have him in my top 5 because he is definitely one of the top talents that we have in our league today at the center position. At number 4, I have Brook Lopez, 7-footer, 265-pound center from the New Jersey Nets. This is another guy I really like. Brook Lopez is another definition of a true center. This guy is big, long. Some of the strengths that he has, to me, he's a pretty good athlete for his size. He's definitely one of the most fundamental big men that we have today. He's almost like I don't want to say he's a poor man's Tim Duncan, but he reminds me of Tim Duncan a lot. Definitely not as good or as skilled as Tim Duncan, but he puts Tim Duncan to mind when I see him. He really does. Like I said, he's a big, wide body. He's got long arms. He's got a pretty good skill set, on the block. He can hit his left-hand hooks, right-hand hooks. He plays the back to the basket. Nice little touch around the rim. He's not a great face-up player, but he's got a decent 10-foot shot. He's, like I said, he's really fundamentally sound. Weaknesses to me, obviously, he's slow. He's foul prone. I know right now he's injured. He's going to be out for about 2 months, and that may help him stay in New Jersey because I think Orlando's not going to trade for Dwight Howard if Brook Lopez's foot is hurt. But anyways, everybody knows he's kind of mechanical and he's real methodical with his moves. When he's doing his moves, he takes a while to do them, but when he gets it done, he'll score and things like that. His biggest knock obviously is his rebounding. This guy didn't have a lot of double-figure rebounding games last year, but I seen him a big improvement in the preseason. I know it's a preseason and things like that, but I think his rebounding will definitely go up when he's fully recovered from his injury. But this is what you call a franchise center. This is one of our true centers that we have in our league today, and I really believe that he's the future of the NBA as far as the center position. I really, really like Brook Lopez, and that's why I have him as my number 4 center in the league because he is definitely one of the top centers that we have in our league today. Now, my number 3 center. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a controversial pick, but I feel like he is, the 3rd best center in the NBA in my opinion. And this is going to be a little bit, like I said, controversial, and a lot of people are not going to agree with this. But hey, at number 3, I have Tyson Chandler. Yeah, I said it. Tyson Chandler. 7'1", 235 pounds. There might be some people that are happy about this. Some people are mad about it. I'm going to tell you why I have him at my number 3 center. Now, first of all, is he a franchise center? No. Are you going to build your team around Tyson Chandler? No. Does he have great gaudy numbers? Are his stats great? No and no. But this guy is a game changer, both figuratively and literally. And here's what I mean. Literally, he's a game changer because he changes the game completely. When Tyson Chandler's on the court, you have to know, as an offensive player, you have to know where Tyson Chandler is at all times, because this guy will block your shot out of nowhere. He'll change your shot, and he alters shots so much that he disrupts your whole offense. This guy literally by himself can cause a team's field goal percentage to go down just on his intimidation factor alone. This guy is an excellent team defender, excellent one-on-one individual defender. Now, he is kind of slim, but this guy is a great, great defender. You know, he's one of the best defensive centers we've had in our league in the last 10 years, man. And this is why the Dallas Mavericks won the championship last year. Now, here's what I mean by a game changer figuratively. Now, in my opinion, Tyson Chandler has actually shifted some power from the West to the East, and here's why. Dallas Mavericks, like I said before, won the championship not just because of Tyson Chandler. I'm not saying that. Obviously, Dirk had a great finals. He was an MVP, and Jason Terry played good, and it was a team effort. But they would not have won the championship without Tyson Chandler because they played zone. And he erased a lot of mistakes that the perimeter players and Dirk made on the defensive end. And he's going to do the same for the Knicks. So not only will Dallas probably not win the championship because of Tyson's gone, but now you have Tyson over the Knicks, and it makes the East stronger. So he is a game changer, both figuratively and literally. He literally changes the way or who was going to win the championship. Because I think if Tyson Chandler was on the Dallas Mavericks again, and the Miami Heat played, or the Knicks played him, or Bulls played him, or whoever, Dallas may win. But now I don't think Dallas is going to win. Probably the Heat are going to win, maybe, because they don't have to worry about Tyson Chandler anymore, because Dallas probably won't even make it to the finals. It might be OKC or the Clippers or the Lakers or someone else, but we'll see. But this is what I'm talking about. Offensively, obviously you can't just throw him the ball and he's going to score on his own. He gets a lot of garbage buckets, putbacks, but you're talking about a high-energy athlete. You're talking about a team player. This guy is the ultimate role player. And when people say role player, sometimes they think that's a bad thing. It's a great thing. As long as you know exactly what your role is, everything should be good. And he knows his role. And I don't think any center in this league, or in fact, maybe any player in this league, plays their role better than Tyson Chandler. Now, obviously, some of his weaknesses, because everybody has them. He's foul prone because he blocks a lot of shots. He's not the greatest free throw shooter. He doesn't have a great jump shot, but he doesn't play to those weaknesses. He plays to his strengths. And this is why I have Tyson Chandler at my number 3 center. I know people are going to disagree with this, but I think he defines what a defensive center is. And I think if any young kid out there that wants to play center, or a big man out there, this is the guy you watch on defense. I just watch him play, man. And that's why, like I said before, he is my number 3 center. And he is definitely a crowd favorite, a crowd pleaser. And he's a guy I would pay to watch. He's definitely a difference maker at the center position. And that's why, in my opinion, Tyson Chandler is one of the greatest centers that we have in our league today. My number 2 center, the second best center in the NBA, to me, is Andrew Bynum. 7 foot, 285 pounds for the LA Lakers. Now this guy, this is a true center here. This is a franchise center. And I believe, in my opinion, in the next 2 years, he will be the man on the Lakers. He'll be starting to enter his prime. This guy's obviously been hurt, injury prone, but this is a huge man. This is a giant, this guy here. He almost rivals Shaq in his size. He's not as big as Shaq in his prime, but this guy is a big man. And once he gets the ball down low and he gets position, which he does often, because you're not going to stop him from getting his position, you better watch out. You better hide the women and children, because this guy's going to finish, and he's going to finish strong. And this man has got broad shoulders, big hands, long arms. He's a really good defender. He doesn't have the best basketball IQ, but he's learned a lot from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and a lot from Kobe Bryant. He's got a lot of experience, folks. You're talking about a guy that's been to the finals 3 years. Even though he was hurt and he didn't play a lot, he's been in the playoffs ever since he's been in the NBA. He's played with Kobe Bryant. He plays alongside Paul Gasol, which I believe is the best power forward center combination in the NBA today. They just create so much space for each other. And Andrew Bynum, he takes up so much space on that block, man. And it is almost impossible to guard this guy one-on-one. He'll block your shot in a heartbeat. He runs the floor pretty well. He's not the best athlete in the world, not the greatest foul shooter. Doesn't play hard all the time, but I think this is going to be his breakout year. I really do. Now, I know he's going to miss. I believe the NBA rescinded one of the games he's He's supposed to sit out. He's supposed to sit out 5, but now it's going to be 4, I think. He's going to miss the first 4 games, which is going to go by like that because, all the back-to-back-to-back games and things like that. But Andrew Bynum definitely is a true center in our league today. He is the future at the center position, and that is why I have Andrew Bynum as my second best center in the league today because he is the future. He's one of the greatest centers, and this guy is an instant Hall of Famer if he plays up to his potential. Well, we'll see, but that's why I have him as one of our greatest centers in our league today. And at number 1, my number 1 center in the NBA. Now, I wonder who it could be. This was so hard to do, man. Who could it be? Who could be my number 1 center? Oh, I know who it is. You guys know it's Superman. Dwight Howard. 6'11", 260-pound center from the Orlando Magic right now. But probably by the time I upload this, he might go to another team. I don't know. But you talking about the ultimate center. This guy does it all, man. This is why he's so highly touted by everybody in the league. He is head and shoulders above the competition. You got Andrew Bynum and all the guys I just named. He's so far ahead of these guys, it's ridiculous. He's the best defensive center by far, a multiple-time Defensive Player of the Year, and he's going to keep winning it. He's going to break the record that it'll never be broken. I mean, by the time he retires, I know Bill Russell didn't have a Defensive Player of the Year when he played, but he's going to have about 8 or 9 of these things, man. I mean, he's not showing any signs of slowing down. He does it all. When he worked with Akeem Olajuwon last preseason or before the season started and improved his game, he's got it all. He's got a face-up shot, left hand, right hand hooks, obviously a dunk that no one can stop with 2 hands or 1 hand, the alley-oops. I mean, this guy's got it all. He'll block your shot from any angle. He's a great offensive rebounder, great defensive rebounder. He can block your shot with his left hand or right hand. He's a great team defender, great individual defender. He doesn't have a lot of weaknesses, folks. I mean, this guy is, obviously his free throw percentage is not the greatest. He takes high percentage shots, and he's the all-around player, man. I mean, he's a guy that you build your team around. To me, I believe he's the second best player in the NBA today, period. He might be the first best if you ask anybody else, but this guy is he's the true epitome of an NBA center. First ballot Hall of Famer, once in a generation center. Guys like this don't come along too often, folks. And, it's unfortunate with the situation right now that, it's up in the air whether he's going to stay with Orlando or not. I hope he still plays hard. And this guy, he's a great guy, man. And people knock him because he smiles and everything else. But he's a competitor. And he's strong, and he's got probably the best body in the NBA. So this is a guy you don't want to mess with. Don't let the smooth taste fool you with the smile. This guy is definitely a mean guy when he wants to be. And when he goes up for a dunk or a rebound, you better get out of his way. Because like I said about some other guys, he'll hurt you, man. He really will. And when it's all said and done, of course he's going to be a Hall of Famer. But I believe if he plays to his potential, he can crack the top 10 centers of all time. And that's saying a lot when you got guys like Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem and Shaq and Akeem and Patrick and all these great centers. I believe he's that type of center, and he's that type of talent. And that's why I say Dwight Howard, Superman, is our greatest center or our greatest hero we have in our league today. All right, guys, that's my top 10 centers. I really appreciate you guys watching. Let me know what your top 10 is. Let me hear your list, and let me know what I did wrong or what I did right. Let me know, guys, okay? Thanks. Take care of yourselves. I'll talk to you soon. And don't forget, if you can believe it, you can do it. Thanks for watching. You guys know I appreciate it. And remember, folks, always treat people how you want to be treated, and everything will be okay. This is NBA Jerry, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.